morning. I thought I would go ahead and do a garden update. So this keyhole area has become even more of a jungle, but uh, my husband put in these stakes so I can fence off the chickens, and I'll have even more square footage to plant in, and I'll finally be able to get into this beast of a cherry tomato. But check out this cucumber vine. Loaded with deliciousness and going insane, just growing everywhere. All the way up that way too. Look at those beans. And I've never seen corn this tall. It's so tall it's toppling over. I need to tie that up. And then the poblano peppers are also reaching for the sky. There's a lot of competition for sunlight, I'm thinking. And it's a daunting task to get inside there and prune and harvest. I've been having nasty infestations of, I think they're aphids, but they're not the pale colored, light green kind. I'll show you some in the other spot. So this overgrown mass, it's another daunting task to take off all these dead leaves that presented themselves after I got back from our trip to Mammoth. But let's see, I know I saw some of those. Yes, these guys. Can you see those? Those are terrible bloodsuckers. And then I need to apply BT again because, that's so gross. It's firm here, but the worm does that. Overall, this plant has just been producing like mad, so I'm happy about that. And a jumbled up, mixed together situation. And I planted a new bell pepper there. Jalapeno's doing well. Pickles, I'm sorry, cucumbers still growing. I say pickles because I turned most of my cucumbers into pickles this past weekend. Another buttercup setting. And patty pans. This patty pan got to where I tied it before leaving and then folded over, so I'm just going to let it do that. Patty pans. And it's getting some powdery mildew, so I've already pruned it once since I got back and sprayed it with milk, so I need to get on top of that again. There's some scraggly looking carrots. Juniper came in here and I think he helped himself a little bit. I have not picked Swiss chard in a while and it's looking a little the worse for wear. See that patty pan tucked in there? It is just overgrowing. It's taken over its tower and now it's sending trails all over the ground and climbing into the other trellis. The other trellis also being kind of an insane jungle mixture. But look at these buttercups. And of course, powdery mildew. There's one. There's another one in there. Oh, there's a third one in there too somewhere. Where did I see that? Anyways, there's a lot. And there's another one coming on. And then the midnight snacks. I have to crawl to get in here. But it kind of gives me a childlike, a sense of childlike wonder, because I used to crawl into little chaparral caves, and I like that sort of thing. And over here, more cucumbers. This blackberry is kind of establishing itself here. It's probably going to end up making a permanent home there and taking this corner over. But I love blackberries, so that works. These hideous bean plants, I'm leaving them here for the seeds. Hurry up and make seeds. Both of these snapped. They folded over and snapped. But this one had a runner growing out of the base. So that's starting to reestablish. And finally, these okras have the sunlight themselves. So maybe I'll get more than 1 or 2 okra at a time. It's not really enough to make anything with. Yeah, so that is the main garden. I have more chores to do here. I'm gonna, I've got an organic fertilizer I'm gonna be feeding heavily, and then there's some weeds I need to pull. Getting this kind of weed. Oh, I wanted to show you this too. Another thing. I don't know what kind of fungus this is, but I don't like it. I don't like it one bit, and it looks like it's about, or has been, it's sporing, so gotta remove that right away this morning. Love these echinaceas. They bring in the bees too, and they're great for the bunny rabbits. It's very cute to see bunny rabbits eating these purple echinaceas. Yeah, another view of the midnight snack, and it's got a bean vine in it too, but I've never been able to get at that. It's interwoven in there. And there's a buttercup hanging there. Butternut, pardon me. Yeah, and those patty pans, they are invasive. I've started making food bundles as gifts, and I just made friends with a neighbor and told him I'd be bringing him some squash and leaving it on his doorstep. So the giving garden is actually starting to give. This wattle garden has some really nice peppers coming on, and basil. I just harvested a bunch of Thai basil, golden cayennes, lots of Anaheims, and then I have another chore where I have to tie this sort of thing, let me shield the sun, up to the arch like that one is. I have to get up on the stepladder to do that, but still making beautiful Cherokee purples, cranking them out. Really happy with how this plant has performed this year. So that's the backyard garden for the most part. I'll do a part 2 to show the front yard. I have so many chores in the front yard. I've really neglected it, and the powdery mildew has taken over. But I'm still growing some pretty cool food out there. The figs are coming on. Anyways, that's for part 2. I hope you have a beautiful day. Blessings.